Welcome to the final TLDR boss guide for Sepulcher of the First Ones, because the 3 hours of constant queuing paid off and it's time to get you ahead of the curve. The JAILER is the last boss of the raid and is available after killing everything else, or you can just buy a lockout and pretend you cleared it instead. This fight has 3 phases, so let's get into it. The platform has holes all over the place, so don't try and get your going down achievement at the bottom of one. This marks several players with a dot that deals raid-wide damage and knocks you upwards when it finishes. Jump into a hole just as it goes off to stop the raid-wide, just like the bombs on Maiden. Pillars spawn from the holes you jumped in, and when he casts Relentless Domination, you need to use them to line of sight the boss or you'll be mind controlled. Don't get dominated by Nipple Daddy. After the cast, the pillars disappear and the holes close, so drag the boss to some new ones. And on Heroic, when they disappear, each one marks a player and fires an orb at them, so don't put the line through the group. Torment marks 10 players with circles and deals splash damage, so spread out and don't hit anyone. This pulls everyone into the boss and chains you to him. It deals fall off damage, so use a roar or something and get the fuck away from the boss. Last is the tank combo of 4 abilities, and you can't taunt mid combo, so one tank will take them all. First he roots you, deals a big hit and gives a physical damage debuff. Then he deals raid-wide damage and puts a bleed on everyone. And lastly, he'll deal massive damage split between any one hit, so the whole raid needs to soak it to save the tank. Healers, this one's pretty obvious. After 3 casts of Relentless Domination, roughly 3 minutes in, you'll start phase 2. Every so often the boss will raise Corrupted Pillars, which deal a hit of raid-wide and AoE around them, so don't stand near them. And healers, the damage increases the closer they are to the middle, so you may need to drop a CD when they appear. Tanks, you'll get this Blast Circle, which deals a big hit of magic damage and gives you a dot, but it also destroys the pillars, so use this to get rid of them. Torment still happens, so be ready to spread, but this time it'll leave a swirl behind, so don't stand in it. This will mark and mind control a couple of players, give them a damage shield, and make them run off the edge. CC them and break the shield to get them out. Goodbye logs for whoever gets this. And this is a giant swirl on the floor that gives you all a dot and knocks you backwards. Move out of the swirl or you'll take even more damage. At around 40% you'll begin phase 3, and any pillars still up will become permanent. A health bar for Azeroth appears and you need to kill the JAILER before she reaches 10% or you'll wipe. So as soon as the phase starts, pop, blast and go nuts. This is a big beam between the boss and the center of the room, so everyone needs to stack in it to reduce the damage to Azeroth. You'll all take heavy damage, so healers keep everyone up. Torment still happens and it still drops swirls. On Heroic though, the swirls spawn adds that deal raid-wide damage and lower everyone's haste when they cast, so unless you want your GCD to look like Final Fantasy XIV, CC them, interrupt their cast and kill them quickly. Healers, you may want to drop a CD to keep everyone alive if some casts go off. He still does the Decimator swirl too, so watch your feet and don't get knocked down a hole. This marks a couple players and gives them a big blue circle. Anyone hit gets a big healing absorb split between them, so soak them evenly. If the absorb lasts too long, they'll be mind controlled, so drop a CD to get rid of it quick. And you can also immune and spell reflect this, so whip out that utility belt. This targets one of the tanks and chains them to 3 people, dealing heavy ticking damage and raid-wide when they break. Healers, drop a CD and have the tank fuck off to break them all at once. And Defile just puts a black puddle at someone's feet that'll grow bigger if you stand in it, so get out quick. And that's the fight. Kill the JAILER to end the raid and we can start getting hyped over the Dragon Isles or whatever it is coming next. Just a quick thanks to everyone who has enjoyed, liked, commented on all of these guides. I didn't imagine I'd hit almost 1,000 subscribers in just over a month of posting meme-filled boss guides. Now I've got to figure out what to do next. I'll catch you in the next one.